Good morning, 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 morning. It's your brother Justin. I wanted to come to you guys this morning because I believe in transparency. I believe in if a man says something, he definitely should be held accountable. And if he's speaking to other men should know what's going on, especially about his testimony. Um, as you guys may have picked up on from my previous videos going through a divorce. And what I did was I wanted to find peace while going through all of this. So I was looking for Yahweh and what I was going through, as I should always do, and I recommend everyone else does as well. And peace is a lack of war. And I was looking for the lack of war inside myself. With this divorce, there was a lot of things going on, a lot of things going on, a lot of things being said. I wanted to stop the fighting, so I actually conceded, and I gave my wife everything, child support, life insurance, 50% of everything when it comes to kids, private school, health care, everything. And she gets full custody, full responsibility. Some people would say, well, Justin, you got to make fathers great again. Why would you do something like that? Why would you give everything to the wife? Because for me to even get a sliver of what I wanted, I would have had to spend thousands plus, go through some uncomfortable things. But it wasn't just that. It was that it was going to become a character slugfest. Her throwing me under the bus, me throwing her under the bus. And that's not what Yahweh wants. I know that initially my response to her accusations within court was to file for divorce and move beyond the situation and just have time with the kids. And then it became way, way, way more than what I thought divorce proceedings entailed. And it got real nasty. So I conceded. And one of the reasons why I conceded is that I try to find Yahweh in everything that I'm doing. Not obviously in the beginning with everything, because I make mistakes and I do things wrong. But I cannot persist in the same things that I'm doing wrong while having a relationship with Yahweh. He brings it to my attention, sometimes through consequences, sometimes through just a clear message that, hey, you need to change and stop. So one of the things I've always done throughout my relationship was always stop, check myself towards Yahweh after my behavior, whether small or big, was going in the wrong direction. And I did the same thing through this divorce proceedings. I stepped back and I tried to look at where it was Yahweh. And I believe that the message was, you can't lose anything that Yahweh has for you. And so by conceding everything to her, I put it in her ball court to make the decision about the children. She could keep the children away from me, or she could say, you know what, I want my kids to have a balanced life. At this time, she's deciding to keep the children away from me. And, some would say, well, Justin, go to court, fight, slug it out. But I just don't see that as being the Yahweh way. It's to slug it out in court and throw her under the bus and then waste all the money that I could be using to further the lives of my children and myself. Right now, collectively, if we were working together, we could buy a house, we could expand our businesses, we could do so much together. But that's not where she is, which is fine, and I can't knock that. But the reason I'm bringing this to you guys' attention is this. Yes, we do the wrong things. Yes, we make mistakes. But Yahweh is still present. And once you make that mistake, and He, through the set-apart spirit, brings you into consciousness of what you're doing wrong, you are called to make the adjustment. I made the adjustment. I removed certain things out of my life. I gave up the fighting to get peace, and I moved closer to Yahweh. Now, is she doing so? I don't know. Based on what's going on, I would think not, because I don't see Yahweh in these decisions, and I don't see the children being put before her feelings, which is fine because that's not my job. My job is not to coerce her. My job is not to encourage her or manipulate her. What I do is every single day I pray for her. But I want to point this out. Those who are in Yahweh, we receive messages because those he loves, he corrects. So if you are in Yahweh and you are doing the wrong thing, he will send you a message of correction. And then he might even pull you out of a situation to correct you. So what I encourage is be equally yoked. And this is not to throw anyone under the bus, but be equally yoked. When you are in a relationship with someone and you both will make mistakes, what is the correction? If we don't have an authority above us that guides us and gives us principles, we are likely to make decisions based on who we are or on the guidance of those around us. If you are not equally yoked to people around you in the sense of Yahweh, when they give you guidance, they give you non-Yahweh guidance. When you're in a relationship with someone and they're not equally yoked with you through Yahweh, when things happen on a small or big scale, you won't find Yahweh anywhere. And they won't make decisions based off Yahweh. But that doesn't mean Yahweh is not there. What I'm experiencing right now is something that you may be experiencing, or you may have experienced, or you know someone who's experiencing it. And not just a divorce, but problems within a relationship where you may be moving based on Yahweh, but that other person is not. Or the other person or yourself may be receiving guidance from those who don't know Yahweh. So if you are experiencing anything in your life, any kind of disruption, problems, if you're not seeking Yahweh, if your advisors aren't Yahweh based, that disruption is going to continue, it's going to exacerbate, and it's going to become a problem. I believe that a marriage is a union between a man and a woman before Yahweh. So even though I felt like I was mistreated in my relationship in this particular instance, that doesn't remove Yahweh. It just means that I have to depend on Yahweh regardless of if the other person is not. And that he will make a way. He will open the doors in a different way than maybe I had desired, but he's going to open the doors. But the message, as I said before, is this. You cannot control other people. Don't seek to manipulate them. Don't seek to do anything. Seek to pray for them and know where Yahweh is and where you are as well. When your power ends, before your power begins, Yahweh exists. After your power ends, Yahweh still exists. Be equally yoked before you commit, because you will experience times, uprisings, problems in so many different ways. And what will correct you, what will correct your partner, what will correct your friends, your family, all these things, what corrects you is your relationship with Yahweh and the wise counsel of those around you who know Yahweh. I can't express to you so much, because I would tell you my life will look different if I made that a priority. And like I said, it's not to throw anyone under the bus, but I wouldn't be going through what I was going through, what I am going through, if I had a Yahweh-based marriage, and if my partner was Yahweh-based, and if I had made my selection Yahweh-based. So I don't lament what I'm going through, because I know what the cause was. It was the absence of Yahweh prior to the marriage. It was the absence of Yahweh in the marriage. and it was the absence of Yahweh inside of my wife. So with that being said, your life is defined by your proximity to Yahweh. And what I mean by that is where you are in Yahweh, where your wife or your girlfriend is in Yahweh, where your children are in Yahweh, where your advisors and friends are in Yahweh, where your family is in Yahweh. Our life is filled with decisions and people. If our decisions are based on Yahweh, and if the people in our lives aren't brought in based on Yahweh, problems are the only result. And even though we will never stop having problems in this life, there are problems that we shouldn't have, that we shouldn't experience. But a lack of Yahweh brings them to our doorstep. Be equally yoked, because a man who is wise knows that he has to receive wise guidance, wise counsel. When you go through struggle, who counsels you? Your direct relationship with Yahweh should counsel you. Fasting so you can hear the word of Yahweh, the response of Yahweh, and also having Yahweh-based advisors. My Yahweh-based advisor told me not to get married. I said I'm going to do it anyways. He said she was too broken and that it wouldn't turn out correctly, and that she didn't have Yahweh in her, truly. I believed that I had Yahweh in me and that I loved her with all my heart. That was only enough, and that would change her. It's not enough. If Yahweh is not in that woman, you can't put Yahweh in that woman. Remember that. They say people get together and they try to change each other. I made that fallacious mistake. You can encourage one another, you can boost and exalt one another, but if it's not based off Yahweh, it's a house built on sand and a very, very fragile glass house. So remember this. A lot of the problems in our lives come from the heart. The heart needs to be filled with Yahweh. And by doing so, you remove the potential for problems that aren't even necessary for believers. Believers shouldn't have certain problems in their lives, in their relationships, because they're Yahweh based. How many problems do you have in your life that shouldn't even be because of your relationship with Yahweh? Financial, relational, spiritual, physical. Certain things you should not be dealing with because you have a relationship with Yahweh. I'm telling you today, I, Justin Austin, have dealt with certain problems in my relationship, in my personal life, in my finances, in my health, that I should have never had to deal with because of my relationship with Yahweh. The more faithful that I am, these unnecessary problems will remove themselves. And it's the same for you. Be equally yoked, be faithful to Yahweh, and let Him determine your relationships and your decisions. Because your life will look different if Yahweh is leading. Your life will look different if your spouse or your girlfriend is dipped in Yahweh. The problems that you have would probably be non-existent if you and her had a living relationship with Yahweh, praying together, reading together, studying together, fellowshipping together, being hospitable together. These are things that were missing from my marriage. And so this is why my marriage has crumbled. And this is why all these things have occurred, that I don't even get to see my children. I'm not mad at her, because if I had made the decisions based on Yahweh before the relationship started, I wouldn't be in this position. If I would have hearkened to the calls during my marriage, I wouldn't be in this position. Even though she has decided to make these decisions that keep me and her apart, keep the children and I apart, I know that I play a part in how this all began. Even though I don't play a part in the decisions that she's making, if I would have done what Yahweh asked me to do, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm sitting today. And this is why my testimony should resonate with you guys, because there's certain things that you're dealing with that you shouldn't be dealing with today. And you can link it back to where you were in Yahweh when you started that relationship, how you're moving in that relationship. Let Yahweh decide your relationships. Let him decide your decisions. And you remove a lot of negative things, a lot of unnecessary negative things. So brothers, I know this has been a longer video, and I hope I haven't babbled too much, but I'm going to tell you this. Peace is a lack of war. And I realized the only way to have peace is to have Yahweh Shua. He says that in me you will have peace. I'm going to be in him. He's going to be in me. And I encourage you guys to have the same. Oh, may Yahweh bless this day for you. Be increased. Be increased in the knowledge and peace of Yahweh Shua Messiah. I love you guys. Have a great day.